Have you ever dreamed of quitting your job and sailing around the world? Well, you're about to meet a man who is living that dream after quitting.
I'm a corporate guy. I absolutely hate this life, this kind of life, this lifestyle. So I'm taking this video now because I'm gonna just start logging everything about this journey, and maybe at some point my brother will put a movie together. But yeah, I'm gonna buy a sailboat and I'm going to sail around the world.
That's Oliver Widger, who quit his job after he posted that video, liquidated his 401k, bought a sailboat, and started learning how to sail. Yeah, he didn't really know how to sail. The 29-year-old was inspired after he was diagnosed with a rare bone disorder. Then about 2 weeks ago, he and his rescue cat Phoenix left Oregon and set sail for Hawaii. It's the first stop on his planned trip around the world. Tonight, he joins us from somewhere in the Pacific. Hey, Oliver, it's Anderson Cooper. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Anderson Cooper.
Hey, man. How you doing? Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How's it going so far? Where are you exactly?
Well, somewhere pretty close to the middle between like Hawaii and California. So.
Do you know exactly where you are, or?
I mean, I couldn't tell. I mean, like there's not a lot of landmarkers, but I don't know my exact coordinates right now. But
what's an average?
Somewhere in the middle.
And you said it was a disturbing medical diagnosis 3 years ago that really made you finally decide to do this. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So 3 years ago, I was diagnosed, or 3 or 4 years ago now, I think, I was diagnosed. I had really bad neck pain for a really long time, and I never went to the doctor just because I don't like going to the doctor. And then finally, it got bad enough. And I just I went to the doctor and I was like, you guys need to figure this out because my neck hurts. And they took some x-rays. And then I went to work the next day and they called me while I was at work and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm working. And they were like, we need you to come in right now. And so I went in and the lady, the doctor, she was like, I've done this for 20 years and I've never seen anything like this. She basically described that my cervical spine looks like somebody who's like over 115 years old. And so I can't remember if I already said, but it was Klippel-Feil syndrome, which is what I was diagnosed with. And so all of my cervical vertebrae I don't have any discs between them, and they're all fused and deformed as well. So like they're like different shapes.
So are you in pain? I mean, are you in pain sitting there in the boat right now?
Yeah, well, I'm always in like on a scale of 1 to 10, like my pain's always like a 2, but it like fluctuates.
I mean, I gotta say, I'm sitting here in a suit and a tie, and you are out in this incredible, beautiful ocean, and the sky is incredibly beautiful behind you, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing with my life? Can you just talk about the actual decision? Because a lot of people dream of doing a change like this. How hard was it to make that leap?
So hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. That was the hardest thing. I've done the impossible. All the things I've done have been impossible things. But even after that, making the jump was the hardest thing. And I think my issue with my neck was the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me because it put everything in perspective. And I think that's what gave me the courage to just, make the leap and go for it. Because you worry about I have the same fears that everybody has.
So what was the final decision? It's now or never. Like this is a leap of faith. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally a decision I made one day, and I kind of how it happened was my brother convinced me to start documenting everything, and so I took a video of myself while I was working at my previous job. And it's the video that went viral, the first clip of that video where I'm in my uniform and I'm like, I absolutely hate this life. And I was recording myself basically saying that I'm going to quit my job. I hate it. And I'm going to buy a sailboat and sail around the world. And what happened was I didn't mean to post that video. I didn't know how social media worked or any of that stuff worked, and so I accidentally posted that video.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden I show up to work, everybody knows. So I was like, well, it's now or never, and I just left.
Wow.
I was like, if that's not a sign, then
and
yeah.
and it's working out. I mean, you're doing it.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked. Yeah, it worked. I didn't know how to buy. I didn't know anything about boats, and so like the day after I quit, I had. At the time, I was like $8,000 or $10,000 or something in credit card debt. I had no money. I had, like rent due, $2,500 rent due in 30 days. And but I knew, I was like, I'm gonna buy a boat somehow. I'm gonna sail around the world. And then I had a great idea so a week after quitting, I liquidated my 401k. And then I started looking for a boat, and at the same time, I started selling absolutely everything that was in my apartment.
You got a rescue cat. How's Phoenix doing?
Yeah. She's doing good. It's been really cool to see her because I was nervous. She's lived on the boat obviously for a year and gone sailing, but I was nervous. Taking her across an ocean because obviously the waves here are big and the boat rocks constantly. But it was after 2 days, she became completely, like, she's through and through a boat cat now.
Is there something you've learned on this adventure so far that you didn't know before about yourself or the world or anything?
The Pacific Ocean doesn't care. It doesn't care.
The ocean doesn't care.
Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't care. It doesn't care about anything. And, yeah. That's
is that scary or is that liberating?
It's neither. I guess it's pure. You know what I mean? It's real. Like it feels. Yeah. Just feels real. If that makes sense.
Are you surprised? I assume you got to be surprised by this huge following you have online now. I mean, did you think so many people would become, be rooting for you?
No, not at all. It's been so cool. It's been such a cool thing. I didn't think so. I mean, obviously I've been trying, I've started posting on social media with the intention of using, the goal has been to have social media be a form of income so because that can help fund my circumnavigation around the globe.
Yeah.
So that was the goal, but I did not expect to go viral. You know what I mean? I'm not the first person to cross an ocean. You know what I mean? This has been done a lot. And so I didn't, I didn't expect to go viral, and it's been really cool to see that it's inspiring people, and that's just been something I didn't expect and anticipate, but it's been the coolest thing about it. And it seems like everybody's somehow, some way, it feels like it's bringing people together because people are saying that in the comments and stuff, and that's the coolest thing in the world. That's what the world needs, And it's just super cool. So I'm happy to be a part of it, I guess.
I'd love to keep checking in with you in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, sure. Give me a call anytime, Anderson.
All right. Oliver, you take care of yourself. Stay safe.
Yeah, thanks.